Guys, first off, I want to let you know what my attention signals are. I've got two of them, one being the very beginning of the class, and the other is my normal attention getter. The first one is welcome to health. You guys repeat that, and then I say knowledge is wealth, and then you guys repeat that, okay? That's the first attention signal for the beginning of the class, okay? So welcome to health. Welcome to health. Knowledge is wealth. Knowledge is wealth. Okay. The second attention signal is I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, eyes on me, and then you guys say 1, 2, eyes on you, okay? So that's what I'll use for the rest of the class. First off, Erica, can you read the objective, what we have going on today?
Students will be able to identify the chambers of the human heart by labeling without error.
Okay. Basically, what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be covering the heart and its function, and also we're going to be looking at the structure so that you guys can understand the anatomy of it, and hopefully that'll help you to understand so that in your future endeavors for you to uphold a healthy lifestyle. So for the Rally Robin initial activity, I'm going to have you guys, the question is, what's the purpose of the human heart and how many chambers does it have? So I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds to discuss that. For everybody everyone that's on one side of the table that by themselves, you guys get to go first for 30 seconds. Everyone that has two on the same side of the table, you guys get to go for 15 seconds, okay? So I'll let you guys know when so go ahead and think about that. The question again is, what is the purpose of the human heart and how many chambers does it have? So go ahead and think about it. And ready, you go. Okay, guys, and now I'll have the lowest number on the side with two people. You guys will go next, and you guys will get 15 seconds. Go ahead. All right, so the last one. Go ahead and go. Okay, guys. So, would anybody like to share what they have? Anybody? No? Oh, go ahead. Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Sorry, I didn't respond.
You're good. Go ahead.
There's 4 chambers, we think.
Okay. What about you, Vicente?
We weren't sure of the chambers either. I said 4, others said 2, others said 7.
Okay. No worries. Well, but I did hear the overall consensus of the group here that everybody was stating that it transports blood and it helps facilitate the transportation of that. So we'll go ahead and transfer over here to the PowerPoint I have for you guys. Like I stated, it's going to be over the human heart. Okay, so basically, I wanted you guys to get you guys thinking on the heart because in situations such as increased physical exertion, fear, excitement can result in an increased amount of blood flow. That's to accommodate the increased awareness and performance by providing the body with necessary oxygen to improve efficiency in the long run. So the purpose, the circulatory system is vital to the other systems in the body. Without it, the others can't survive. The oxygenated blood supports human life. Like I stated, we wouldn't be able to survive without this vital organ. The importance of this system provides the future insight that can ultimately affect your decision to seek out a healthy lifestyle. Okay, so I got a few facts here about the heart. It's a large muscle designed to propel blood through the body, just like how everyone has stated during the round robin. The average heart pumps at least 1 gallon of blood every minute, and of course it can go higher than that due to the higher rate. The average heartbeat beats between 60 and 100 times per minute. Of course, it can go above that or below that, but that's just the average for the average human. So right here, I have provided a picture of the heart. This is basically, looking at it, you can notice first that the left side says right and the right side says left. So what you'll need to, oh man, nice. So what you'll need to do is, when you're looking at this, or let's say you have it on a piece of paper, you'll take that paper, so if you're looking at it, you could actually just turn it and just face it out. And that's exactly the right side and the left side. So that's a simple way, if you get confused and you're looking at it, just flip it, okay, and that'll be able to give you a good reference point. I'm going to go over a few things here, primarily the chambers, 1, 2, 3, 4, right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. However, everything else labeled here is also important and able to get the blood to where it needs to go. So first off, we will start with the chambers right here. I've got them labeled. Like I stated, up here on the top right is the right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. And there's actually a way you can do this if you have like a spare piece of paper or something. You can draw a circle, make a positive sign in the middle of it. If I could draw here. Right ventricle. So that's a good little technique that you can draw on your paper just to give yourself a little guidance, okay? So next here, some other important sections. We've got the aorta, which is the largest artery. And then we have the superior and inferior vena cava. So just for simplistic terms, the vena cava. And that's the largest vein that brings back in deoxygenated blood into the heart. So basically, deoxygenated heart is coming into the right side, into the right atrium and right ventricle, and then it's exited into the pulmonary arteries, which are labeled here. There's 1 and 2, and those go to the lungs, so that the blood can be oxygenated and then brought back into the heart through the pulmonary veins. Now, one thing I do want to mention here is that these arteries are carrying deoxygenated blood. This is the one instance that it's a little funky, so just look at it like this, just a simplistic way. So when you think of an artery and a vein, the artery is always pushing blood away from the heart, okay? So what's the first letter of away? Is the A, right? So that's the best way to remember it, okay? A couple other things inside the heart here that are important. In between the atriums and the ventricles, we have a couple valves which keep the blood from blood from propelling, because it's the blood needs to it gathers in there to gain pressure, and then it is able to push out through contractions. But here on number 1 is the tricuspid valve. Tri meaning 3. It has 3 flaps. So that's one way that you'll be able to remember that. The mitral valve is actually also known as the bicuspid valve, which means 2. So it has two cusps actually. So it also has 2 flaps. The 3 here is just the apex. It's just the top of the point of the heart. Okay, so to review here, just to check it all out, I've got some arrows here that'll actually allow you to assist you to see the flow. So first off, we'll come in through the inferior vena cava and the superior vena cava into the right atrium, okay? Next is the what valve? Anybody, go ahead. Which valve? Tricuspid valve, got it. And then if you're going into the right ventricle, into the pulmonary arteries. Remember, arteries, we're going away from the heart, into the lungs, back in through the pulmonary veins, into the left ventricle, through what valve? Which valve is that next? The mitral valve? Excellent. And how many flaps does that have? 2. Excellent. And then it goes into the left ventricle and out into the aorta, flowing into the rest of the body. supplying the rest of the body with oxygenated blood. Okay? Any questions on that? Would you guys like a few minutes just to or a few seconds just to take a look at that, see the flow? I'm not going to, we're primarily here just covering the landmarks and the sections of the heart. I'm not going to quiz you guys on the flow. We're going to take baby steps here, okay? All right. So we're going to walk through this right here. This is my classroom share period right here where we're all going to work together through this, okay? So from the very beginning, we're coming through the top vein here and this bottom vein here, which is called starts with a V. The vena cava, I heard it. Yeah. Yeah, right. Superior is on the top, inferior is the bottom, okay? Into the right atrium, through this valve, tricuspid valve, into the right ventricle, out through the pulmonary arteries, right, because it goes away, into the lungs, and then we get into the pulmonary veins, bringing it back into what chamber right here? Correct. Remember your picture here. And then we're going to go through what valve here? Mitral valve into the what chamber? Left ventricle. Got it. Okay, and then we're at the very last step into the biggest artery, which is called, starts with an A. What's that? Aorta. There you go. Excellent, guys. Thank you. Okay. So now what I've got for you guys. I've got a short worksheet for you. I've provided everything on in a word bank to the left here. Just do as much as you can. Primarily, I want you guys to be able to label the chambers. So everything else after that, just do the best that you can, okay? Does anybody have any questions before I hand them out? What we're going to do is you're going to work through them together for about a minute, by yourself for about a minute, then we'll work together and finish it up. All right? Here you go. Here, pass that amongst your group there. There you go. And there you go. All right, thank you. And just take a minute there, guys, and just fill in as much as you can. No, I'm going to let you do it from memory first. And if you'd like to just save time, you could put the number in the space that's provided so you don't have to write out the whole name. Yeah, that's allowed. Okay, guys, you guys can go ahead and discuss amongst your group there if you need help. And remember, guys, you guys can work together if you'd like to. You guys can work together if you'd like to, if you need to. Okay, guys, make sure you have your names on it and everything. Fast, quick. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
Okay, guys, make sure you have your names on them, gather them up, and then I'll collect them. Sorry, it's fast. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thanks, guys. All right, appreciate it. That's everything I've got, Dr. Sharp.